Hello, my Beltalora friends. We back. It's the Expanse, and well, I was hoping to do a season review, but they're pulling the boys. God damn it! They gave us the first 3 episodes, and apparently this is going to go all the way. This is going to basically be Amazon's MO to make sure that we continue to stay subscribed so we can get all our content. And it's like the nickel and dime approach. Damn you, Amazon! I like you anyways. You do not need to nickel and dime me like this. Fuck you! But it is what it is. I love The Expanse. Here we go. Now, this is just my impressions of the first 3 episodes. Alright. Overall, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It is still The Expanse. It still looks awesome. The story is still immersive. And it's definitely now taking time to deal with more personal stories that kind of interweave through each other. And I'm going to tackle every story as her eyes. First off, we've got Naomi Nagata going to find her son. This one is, while the girl playing Naomi does some of her best acting, this is probably the weakest link because it's pretty much the most boring, though it ties into the main thing of what happens. What's going to be pretty much one of the main driving stories out of this whole shindig. So, I'll be interested to see where Naomi goes. Next off, we have Amos going back to Baltimore. And if I haven't mentioned, there are going to be spoilers. And yeah, his real name's Timothy. And apparently he killed the original Amos for his brother Eric, who now runs basically Baltimore's underworld. And it was really interesting to see Amos go back and deal with something so personal, and you actually get to see what shaped and formed him. That's really good stuff. That was probably Amos's story so far has probably been the best, along with Drummer. Now we get to Drummer. Well, she's still a badass. We get to see her vulnerable. We get to see, the human side of her, not the, ball-breaking Beltalora commander. No, this time we see her dealing with more pain and anguish, especially losing the person she bickered with most. God, I can see his face, I can't see his name, but the guy who basically got spaced at the end of season 4. Fuck! Why am I so horrible with names? I just am. But her story basically ties up what happened to his ship, the information about what's going on, and her having to come to terms with that he's dead. But her story, while interesting, and there's a couple of issues I have. Number one, how did she go from the commander of basically the city and space in the ring world to I'm a privateer with 2 ships, and before I had to have this gigantic rig because my spine was basically snapped, to now I'm walking around fine and there's no explanation of that. Really? Why? What the fuck happened in those 6 months? Because I need some explaining there. That one kind of hung me up, and I'm going, wait, what? Whoa, what the hell happened here? I hope that gets explained, because right now I'm just scratching my head going, what? And then, of course, there's our fearless captain, the coffee drinker. And his story is, oh, hey, yeah, there's more proto-molecule, and the reporter chick, yeah, she's kind of grinding his gears. And for some reason, the Rossi is in for major overhaul. Like, she had taken severe damage out at that plant. And it's like, unless it's overhaul for wear and tear for months on end of just running around like a maniac with his head cut off. But, now he's back with the proto-molecule again, and dealing with that reporter and what's left of Tycho Station, and it's like his story is kind of the weakest, but it's one of the central driving things of, oh hey, remember the proto-molecule? Yeah, we're not quite done with that yet. And it's like, oh goody, more proto-molecule. And then, of course, we come to last but not least, our favorite Mars cowboy pilot and Bobby Draper. Draper. And apparently she went from on the run to working with Sorella and figuring out that, yeah, there is some major smuggling of heavy materials, arms, and weapons out of Mars, considering the mass exodus because of the ring world. And no one wants to terraform, and Bobby Draper's up to her neck and trying to figure it out. Of course, Cass comes along. He tries to make up with his family, fails utterly, and then gets roped up in Bobby Draper's whole thing. And yeah, let's just say that's definitely going to be another piece of the puzzle. So overall, like I said, 9 out of 10. Some of the more personal stories aren't as good as the others, but it opens up the world and shows you so many interconnected parts that are working in isolation but also being woven together slowly but surely. And yes, I will call you Shirley. But no, overall, it's interesting to see where this season goes, but I hope they do tie up some, I wouldn't call them plot holes, just some loose ends where I'm going, yeah, you're going to have to tell me how the hell did we get to there, because that makes no sense there, Beltalowda. You're going to have to do some explaining to me. Yes, I know, I got a shitty Belter accent. What do you want? Anyways, those are my thoughts overall of The Expanse, the first 3 episodes. Let me know what you think below. Do you think The Expanse has gotten better? Cinematically, I think it has been, although I think its story's a little bit jumped ahead to a point where I'm scratching my head going, okay, how did we get here? Especially with Drummer. Drummer is the one where I'm scratching my head going, okay, she basically needed a power exoframe to get her to walk. Now she's walking around just fine. How the fuck did that happen? And why is now she pressed into the space lanes instead of in command of the Behemoth? I'm lost there. Y'all gonna have to explain that one to me. But anyways, I'm Jeff. Catch you next time.